you doing, boys?
Hey.
You're in the background. I'm going to bring you in here in just a second. Welcome to the program, guys. We're live at lunch here on a Wednesday with the Band from the Hall Around Town Radio Studios. And we have got a great event coming up this weekend we want to talk about, so we're going to get right to it today. Let me bring in here, if I can get my cursor to go to the right place, the boys from CFG and the family. It's Mason and Casey. How you doing today, guys?
Fantastic. Pretty good.
It's good to have you with me here today, and we're going to talk about a big event called the Cornstand Jam, Christian's Cornstand Jam, which is coming up, and Casey's repping the hat already there. I like it. And he's got the signature sunglasses on. I mean, he is in rock star mode today, and we're going to talk about this great event. How you doing, though, fellas, before we get started? Haven't seen you in at least a week and a half, I think.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're excited for a busy weekend. That's for sure.
Yeah, got a lot going on.
River's Edge, man. What a venue to have in Hamilton, Ohio. I mean, River's Edge has really become, I hate to use cliche terms, but the music mecca of Hamilton, man. There's great stuff happening there. Yeah. You guys are playing this Cornstand Jam, and let's dig back a little bit, and we'll talk about all the details at the end, but let's dig back about the history of this event and what it's supporting this Saturday at River's Edge.
So it started about 5 years ago with Jimmy Unger, a good friend of ours, whose son passed away. He had schizophrenia and he committed suicide. So Jim and his family and a bunch of friends created this event to raise awareness for mental health. And we had it. We started off over in the Hamilton community area, and next to North Second. On tap, and it's just grown since then. We've moved over to River's Edge to a bigger location now, and it just keeps getting better and better. But yeah, it's a great event. It's for a great cause, and I've been a part of it since day one. I'm so happy to be a part of it. It's just continuing to get better and better.
And Casey, you're the musical director this year, kind of putting together all the music and lineup and getting them on and all that good stuff.
Yep, that's correct. I am.
What a big job. And those festivals are tough sometimes. It's like herding cats, man, getting everybody together and on stage at the right time and staying on time. I know that's a big task for you. And Mason, you're going to be playing with CFG and the family, right? What else you doing at this? Anything, or are you just hanging out? And
so I'll kind of just be helping with volunteer stuff all day. Most likely helping just keep the bands organized and set up in a timely manner. But yeah, it's going to be a great event. The past few years that we've been able to do this at River's Edge has been extremely helpful, mainly because they've got such a great team that is already working there too, plus the amazing volunteers that the Cornstand Jam always puts together.
And you're going to be having some actual, I think, mental health outreach organizations that are there and that as well. And so this is a big event, and one of the presenting sponsors I know is Butler Behavioral Health, and that's somebody there that's really doing some great things in Butler County. And mental health is a crisis in our country. We talked about it last week on Wednesday with the band. We had some ladies on from Dayton Children's Hospital, and they're raising over $1 million in 4 years. They're pledged to Children's to help pediatric mental health, and it's becoming a huge crisis in our country. And I'm so proud of you guys for putting this on your 5th year. I mean, that's amazing. First of all, 5 years is a good milestone to have in this kind of business. And like I said, both of you being able to put together this musical lineup we're going to talk about in a minute is truly great. Let me say hi to some people checking in with us. Chris Reese from Dat Band in the house. I love it. And Shane DeMoss from Until Rust has joined us today. Chris says this mental health professional thanks you guys. And he plans on seeing you Saturday. Great. Yeah, because Chris works in that field as well and does great work.
Great guy.
So I meant to mention before we started, guys, we're coming to us today. You guys are coming to us from, as it's referred to, the cool kids say, the hub, but Hamilton's urban backyard in Hamilton, Ohio. There's my good buddy Hollywood. Stick your head in there, Hollywood. Let us really see you, man.
And guys.
just give us a quick little punch about the hub here. And you're there now. You're general manager. You're doing wonderful things in Hamilton. Give us a quick pitch about the hub and what's going on before we get into the meat and potatoes of this.
Yeah, so we're right in the heart of Hamilton on the west side, 501 Main Street. We've got a big backyard. That's why it's Hamilton's urban backyard. We've got a stage area outside. We do live music May through October, and then we move into the tap house starting the the 1st of October and go through May inside with solos and duos. So yeah, stop by and check us out, man. We got 16 taps, all local. Everything we do is local except for our 4 domestics. And later this afternoon, we'll be tapping Christian's Cornstand Jam Ale about 5 o'clock. That's made from our friends here at the Municipal Brew Works here in Hamilton. And then we got High Main Laser right down the street, good friends that do a lot of work for us, putting it together a one-of-a-kind Christian Cornstand Jam tap handle that we'll be revealing about 5 o'clock today.
Spectacular. That's outstanding. And, no matter how serious we try to be, there's always a Chris Reese. Thank you, Chris, for that comment. We appreciate it. Patrick Witt, thank you for joining us today. Paul Roberts in the house. He says, look forward to playing at the Hub on Friday. There you go. Well, thank you, Paul. And Hollywood, thank you for everything you do for the music community, especially in Hamilton, Ohio. You're the, I don't know, what are you, the governor of Hamilton now? Something. I mean, you're in there, buddy.
I don't know. Somebody made a garbage pail kit thing of me the other day, so I think I've kind of hit a nice status in town. So maybe T-shirts next. I don't know, but yeah.
Well, if anybody will do T-shirts or hats, you will, my friend.
There we go.
All right. Well, let me get back to Mason and Casey here. First of all, I want to talk about CFG and the family for just a second. Can I pump your tires up a little bit, fellas? Because I want you to know, every time I see your band, you get better and better, and also you just blow me away with your talent. You guys hit that stage and it connects to the audience. I mean, I feel like I'm having a religious experience when I hear you guys play. It's that good. And I saw you a few weeks ago at the Hidden Gym with Doug Hart Band, and you were just killing it. You had the audience feeding out of your hand. You always do. Do you find that this Casey is probably the best thing you've had going in a long time music wise? It seems to be, you're in a groove, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just to find a talented group of guys like this, and we're all like mentally locked in on the same page, and we enjoy each other's company beyond just the music. It's something special. We've really got something special.
Well, and I call Mason a kid because he is to me, but I first ran into him at the Bell and the Bear Jam, and Mason wowed me with his talent. But Mason, dude, you are the future of guitar players in this entire tri-state area. You just blow me away, man. I can't say enough about your guitar playing. The fact that you guys were working for a long time with 2 guitarists. Now Mason's kind of the sole guitarist in the band, and he's making it work. And the rest of the band, I mean, gosh, you don't get a better drummer than Pete back there, and Greg on the bass, laying down a solid foundation for you guys. And Casey, that harmonica, man, it turns the ladies on. It does. He gets that harmonica out, and these women are up in the front row wooing and hooing. And you guys are going to play this event. And again, it's on Saturday. I think the gates are open at 1 o'clock at River's Edge?
2. Well, music starts at 2.
Music at 2, but if they get there a little early, they can get in, get themselves a good spot there. Yeah. And River's Edge, if you haven't been to that venue, let's talk about it for a minute. River's Edge is a cool place. It's got a great vibe to it. It's huge. For an outdoor venue like that, it's really big, and it's surrounded by some really neat things as well in Hamilton. That whole area down there has built into something magical. And let's talk about River's Edge for a minute, because you guys, I know, have done a lot of stuff there. It's kind of your home base for big shows.
Yeah, it's a great venue. Kudos to Adam Helms and all the River's Edge crew. They do a fantastic job year round. Clint Cole, Al, all those guys. It's a really great venue. Location is perfect. Markham Park, plenty of room for all your food trucks, and it's just accommodating and amazing. And it's actually going to go over. They're going to have a reconstruction, and they're rebuilding the stage and everything. So it's just going to get better. So yeah, it's nice to have in our backyard.
Well, I've spent a lot of evenings there, and I will tell you one of my favorites was when I was there, and you guys might have been there as well for J.J. Gray when he played. And
Oh yeah.
you know, that's some big names rolling through there. This isn't just a venue that's got a band shell that local bands come and play. Not to downplay local bands, but they're bringing some good acts through there. I saw Allie Venable, and she was amazing. Gosh, there's so many there that come through there, along with a bunch of tribute bands, which people dearly love today. And the staff at River's Edge, they're doing a great job on sound, running the people in and out, keeping the areas the way they're supposed to be. And it's a safe place to go too. A lot of people for years, I know where I was from, said, I'm not going to Hamilton, man. I'm afraid something bad's going to happen. Well, let me tell you, I've been there, and what they've done in that whole region, and really Hamilton as a whole, has become an amazing place to go see music. It's got a music vibe. Why do you think Hamilton has such a tight music vibe from, gosh, the Clobberheads all the way through the blues community?
Man, for me, I've grown up here my whole life, Casey as well, and even if it hasn't really been known, Hamilton has always been like a music mecca. Even back in like the 80s and 90s with some of the old pubs that were in town before a lot of things started closing from the mills. But in the past 10 to 15 years, the revitalization downtown is just, there's so many more businesses that are open to having music now than there were just 8 years ago. Hollywood's been one of the main guys around town that's continually pushed having music. And Adam Helms as well. Adam over at River's Edge, he likes getting acts in, big acts when he can, but one of his biggest things is he wants to put on the guys that are getting their foot in the door to the whole touring scene. We've had Billy Strings and Tyler Childers and Marcus King and all these guys when they were first really getting on the national scene, and he still pushes that, which is something that we always love to see, is who's the up and coming guy, who's the guy that we can go, and if we pay $25 for a ticket, we know that $25 is actually putting them to the next place they're going. So that kind of stuff is really cool. And we've been blessed beyond measure to get in with so many killer people, having Hollywood on our side, having Adam on our side. So
yeah, I can't say enough about Adam and what he's done for the community. He's really done a stellar job. And he does have this foresight in finding, bands that are fantastic and end up blowing up and becoming something major, in a matter of months even. But that, alongside with North Second Tap and Bottle, that's a great spot to hit after you go to River's Edge. So kudos to Dan's over there as well. Great music community over there.
And you guys play in there a lot. I mean, you're there.
Yeah, that's home base.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, how do you get anybody in there after you put the band in there? That's a venue that, I mean, it's not a big venue, but boy, do they love their music in there. They'll pack in to hear you.
It's kind of an anomaly. When I first started actually playing out in the live scene around here, right after everything started to open back up from the lockdown, Dan was one of the first people that gave me an opportunity to play. And I kind of had the same thought. I was like, well, this is kind of a small room. I don't know what the vibe's going to be like. And the first show we played, man, they just pack in right to the stage, shoulder to shoulder, and it's the night of their lives, and it's the night for us too. It is so much fun. It's so intimate too, because there's moments when we get to play these big stages like River's Edge or a big room like that, and people don't really get an opportunity to come and talk to us afterwards, just because we've got so much hustle and bustle and distance between us. But I mean, we walk off the stage and we're standing right there with them, so it's really cool.
Yeah, you guys are sharing sweat in those rooms back and forth. It's that tight. So yeah, for sure. And by the way, Casey, at a Hidden Gym the other night, you were definitely pouring the sweat on there. A little warm on that stage that evening there. And John Barry, as I refer to him as the mayor of Hamilton, has just said River's Edge will hold over 2,000 people. So thank you for that, John Barry, for that information. Let's talk about the day on Saturday, guys. So roughly 1 o'clock, gates are going to open. You can get in there for music at 2. Let's talk about that music lineup if we can. And I've got it right here in front of me. I can actually pop it up on the screen.
Awesome.
And let's see if we can do that real fast. If I can find this darn stuff. There we go. Let's throw that up there. That's what I've got. I've got the John Ford at 2 o'clock. And how do you say that? The Kokoto comeback or Kokoto?
Cacado Comeback. Yep.
Cacado Comeback at 3:30, it looks like. And then the Interns, one of my favorite groups as well, at 5 o'clock. Dave Taylor and Gino and all, they'll jam it out for sure. 6:30, the Jamie Carr Band. And then you boys at 8 o'clock till 9:30, CFG and the Family.
Yep.
And that's cool. And then also fireworks by Rozzies going on 9:30 at night, and then at 10 the Cliftones for an hour taking the stage. Anything you want to share about any of these groups that'll be there, guys?
They're all fantastic. That's the bottom line. But John Ford is an amazing acoustic blues act. He's a solo guy. He's going to start us off. Really good Delta blues type style music. Good friend, great music. Cacado Comeback. Josh and the crew, how would you describe them, Mason?
Man, if you like Chris Stapleton and you like that soulful kind of gospel-esque blues country style music, Josh kills it, man. He's one of those guys that he'll do a song that you know and you've heard before, but it's his version and he's the only one that can make it sound that way.
Yeah. Then of course you got the Interns, so Dave Taylor and Gino crew. They're killer. They're going to come out just kicking in the door, and Dave's going to play some crazy guitar solos and just be awesome.
Upside down on his back and all that other stuff he does. Yeah.
And Jamie Carr is they've got a very awesome lineup. They're kind of a blues soul band. We played out with them a couple times, and they're just great. They're great. You got CFG, of course.
They're average.
They're okay. The fireworks go on at 9:30 by Rozzy, and then the Cliftones are going to close things out, and they're a reggae band, so we're kind of having them bring it on home and close things out, and so that'll be real special too.
And by the way, guys, if you're watching today, and this will be shared on a lot of pages and things after we're live, please give the boys a question. If you have any, they'll be monitoring this and they'll let you know the answers to those things about the Cornstand Jam. And it's a free show, people. Do you hear that lineup? Free. Now, you can make donations all day, right? They can make donations and help out the cause to several different things that'll be going on. But you can walk in the door for free and enjoy a full day of music from 1 or 2 in the afternoon all the way through till 11 at night there at the River's Edge in Hamilton. So what a cool thing that is, right?
We're also supposed to have really nice weather, so that's to our benefit.
Well, that doesn't hurt a bit either. Yeah. And let's, one thing I love, as you can tell by looking at me, I not only love music, but I love food. And let's talk about some food going on there. Dine in Hawaiian. These are the food trucks, all right? Don Tacos, Mexican food. Hunger Pains, Jolly's Drive-In, May's Country Cookin', the Naughty Lobster. Got to say it that way, I guess. Lobster. Oxford Charcuterie, Tropicool Shaved Ice, True West Coffee, Victory Lane Inferno Pizza. That'll be going on at the Cornstand Jam. So you have food, you have free admission, you have fantastic music all day, and it goes to a great, great cause. And we want to thank the Hamilton Community Foundation, okay? It's a sponsored project by them. And like you said, Adam Helms, man, what a guy he's been for Hamilton, a rock star, bringing all these different shows to River's Edge. And he's not through yet. I think they're just beginning,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, a couple other things for the day. It is a family-friendly event. So you bring the kids. There's going to be a kid zone specifically for the kids. And then there's also a silent disco where you can go into the dome and you wear headphones and you listen to the disco music that's going on. And everybody can change channels and listen to the same thing or listen to something completely different. But that's something new this year, so it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, dance like nobody's watching, or at least nobody's listening because they've all got headphones on. That's cool, man. You guys got a great thing going. Again, folks, Hamilton, Ohio, this weekend. It is called Christian's Cornstand Jam. This is the 5th annual one. And does it raise a lot of money?
Oh, yeah.
For the cause?
We're doing well.
Good.
We're making an impact. We're giving scholarships to kids. And the city has recognized our efforts and call us out there and give us accolades here and there. But yeah, I think it's doing well.
Yeah, one of the biggest things for Jimmy is with the scholarships, like you mentioned, a lot of what he wants to put out there is just that we want to support, especially youth, people coming right out of high school. We want to be able to give them a support system, not only for their mental health, but for students that are going to college too. And me as an educator, like that's huge for me. And I love that part of this whole thing.
Well, yeah, it's an awesome event. I mean, when you're talking great bands, Kids Zone, food trucks, fireworks, raffles, and silent auctions as well that they're raising money with, all benefiting the Cornstand Jam Scholarship Program as well. So, guys, it'd be a good day to get there. And it looks like beautiful weather, like you guys said. What else you have to share today? Anything else you want to share about the event before we head out of here? Did you freeze up?
Cornstand Jam hats. We're going to have hats, shirts at the event you can purchase. These hats are super awesome. They're made by our buddy here, Mr. Hollywood. So
why doesn't he just step in? He's like Gelman on Kelly and whatever, have him step in, and he's over there producing from the corner. Hollywood,
I
man.
am. I've been holding my phone up to Casey about 3 or 4 times.
I'm just going to say something about you, Hollywood, again, because you have turned Hamilton into a lot of good things, and you don't always get the credit that's due, I think, and you don't always ask for any credit. You just do your thing, and you're humbly walking through life down there. But you do a great job of promoting music in Hamilton and local businesses in Hamilton, which you alone are helping grow. And I can't say enough about you. And I know you're doing things at River's Edge now and helping with things there. And that's got to be fun for you. But why do you have such a drive to take care of your community?
I love this town. That's it. Love this town. Love what's going on here. Born and raised here. Don't want to get too sentimental, but I love what's happening. It's a cool vibe. It's a place to be. Mm-hmm. 10, 15 years ago, nobody wanted to come here. Now everybody wants to come here, and we love it. I love telling people where I'm from. Yep.
I love the amount of people who say, hey, we went to a show the other night down at River's Edge and had a great time. And I'm like, and these are people from north of Dayton and places like that who drive 45 minutes or an hour to get down there. And they were like, it was the greatest time. And we hit a couple of the breweries earlier and we did those kind of things. And then went into the venue and watched a fantastic show under the stars. And River's Edge really has done it right. And I can't wait to see the new stage construction when they get a big cover over it. And that'll help with the national acts some and getting some of the bigger nationals in there. But what a great vibe, like you said, going on in Hamilton, Ohio. And this weekend, Saturday, the Cornstand Jam, Christian's Cornstand Jam, hitting it up at 1 o'clock with the gates, 2 o'clock with the music there in Hamilton, Ohio, guys. Anything else you want to share before we cut the cord here and head out of here?
Appreciate everything you do, Scott. You're a rock star to us, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, Scott.
Well, thank you. Love you guys a bunch, and you know that. I wish I could get to more of your shows down there. I keep a pretty busy schedule, but I'm going to make it someday. And you never know where I might show up on a Saturday this weekend. So I'd love to see y'all, and always love my family from CFG. They're one of those groups that I could hear 100 times a week and never get tired of it. So, guys, thank you so much for being here today. And again, folks, let me recap this real fast. Let's put it up there on the screen. We can get it to go in. The annual Cornstand Jam, River's Edge, Saturday, 1 o'clock on the doors, 2 o'clock on the music. It's going and supporting mental health awareness in the Hamilton area and all the supporting agencies there, along with the scholarship fund and such. So get your butt down there. Have some fun. If you're in the Hamilton area or even not, head down there on Saturday, guys. Thanks so much for being with me today. We love having you on the program. Can't wait to get CFG and the family on here when you go win that Memphis Blues Challenge,
Hey.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Scott.
Yeah, thanks, Scott.
What time is it?
What's that?
What time is it?
What time is it? It's family time. It is. Let me hit a couple comments up here. Christian's Cornstand Jam said fireworks at 9:30. We did mention that earlier, didn't we? I think we did somewhere in there, but thank you for that. Sean Cooper, thank you so much. Greg There's that solid bass player. How you doing? What's going on, Greg? Mark Robinson from Sweet Sister Mercy in the house. Everybody saying hi to Hollywood. And Diana wants to know if there's a hotline for mental health. Does anybody know that or have that available? We can talk about it real quick.
There is, but I'll make sure that if we can get it commented on there and attach it to her comment.
Thank you so much for that, Mason. I appreciate it. And Paul Roberts, thank you for that. Diana, we love you and your photography, and I know she'll be there taking pictures that day. I hope she's there. And Mr. John Barry says a lot of great things being auctioned off. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
We didn't talk about
and what's that? You guys, we got a little time. I mean, I have 30 minutes allotted, so we can do whatever you want.
Beetle.
Yeah.
There's also a book that's been created for the Cornstand Jam, children's book, and there will be a reading of it sometime during the day, early in the day, for the kids.
How cool is that? That is awesome.
Out. Yeah, and also big shout out to the Cornstand volunteers and board and all the members that put it together. We've been working on this for several months and really grinding hard to make it happen. So big shout out to those guys, Cat Steele, Jimmy, the whole crew.
And I don't know who's sitting behind the Cornstand Jam page right now, but thank you for that. Call 988 for mental health hotline. Thank you for dropping that into the comments. And we'll end with Bills and sample CFG and the Family Friday at the Bell and the Bear. Shameless plug for Friday night gig for CFG and the Family.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
There we go. Yes. Jimmy, thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate you so much. And guys, thanks for tuning in today. And glad we can bring you some of this public service stuff here to the page. You know, when we're doing musician interviews, those are all well and good. But when we can talk about something as cool and as good as this event, we love to do it. So Mason, Casey, Hollywood, thank you for joining me today, guys. We're going to cut out of here now, but we'll see you next time. In fact, I'll be back.
Thanks,
I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, you guys will join me tomorrow right here live, 5:00 with Who's Playing Out, brought to you by Froggies in Monroe and featuring all the best musicians and venues in the tri-state. Until next time, guys, I'm Scott Hall, your host. We'll see you. Bye-bye, everybody.